episode
of the Jukebox podcast
where music is king.
It's your boy Lil Ty.
And it's your boy Seven.
And we back in the tree house, man. As y'all can see, we did some upgrading.
Some renovations.
Some
home improvements.
Yeah, I don't renovate. Yeah, we ain't renovated nothing, but we did home improve some things. You feel me? We feeling more like a unit, a team. We got a ritual now. We got a routine. Now pod days, we making a day out of it now. It's more of like it's a good day now. Now think about it now. Unintentional, but you know, it's a day to kick it with your brother. You know, chill, chop it up. After a long week, you know, us living lives, niggas is grown now, so, you know, living lives, doing your day to day, having that end of the week, you know, to chop it up with your man.
It's like it's like at the end of the weekend, but it's also before the beginning.
Before the beginning of the week is perfect, right? Mm-hmm. It's the perfect way
to regroup.
To regroup, yeah. So we making this more of a day now. Maybe we'll start like vlogging. People want to keep asking us to like vlog or they, you know, give them more content that's more than just this what we doing right now. You know what I mean? Show y'all our lives, bro. I guess you could say. What you think about that?
My life ain't that exciting. I don't know what people be expecting. I don't do anything. I read. I listen to music and I read. That's what I do.
Yeah, like I'm telling you that. So what you do this weekend?
Listen to music and read. I'm reading this book right now. This bottom one is called New Visions for Black Men. That's the one I'm really on heavy right now. I'm trying to finish that. And then I'm gonna move from.
Did you get your rap rotation?
My rap rotation was fair this week. I'm trying.
Who you got?
I'm gonna do it from 3 to 1. So coming in at 3, we got Young Boy with Chop on My Shoulder off that 3800 degrees, and that project was a solid project. Like it reminded me of, you know, old Young Boy, and it made me think if rappers were stocks, man, our Young Boy stock would be through the roof right now. We would have got them for pennies on a dollar, and now he would have quadrupled that money. But that's number 3. Number 2, you know, Herb dropped the part B, the side B to Survivor's Remorse, so that me, myself, and now featuring A Boogie's on there. And I like the whole idea of the song. Herb was preaching on there. Then the second verse, when him and A Boogie going back and forth, that was hard. So A Boogie killed the hook.
I like that when he was like, these niggas asking for too much, like they think that I'm
Jay-Z.
But then Herb came on and he was like,
if I speak my mind like I'm Ye, they gonna say they're I'm crazy.
I said similarities between our cities. I felt
like we neighbors.
I was saying, yeah, that's hard.
And that is hard because Jay-Z's from New York.
That shit crazy.
It just dawned on me. That's hard.
That's why I like that song so much. That's one of my favorite parts in that song.
Yeah. So, and number 1, you know, Lil Baby, California Breeze. That's the vibe right now. I think that was the best song on the album. You know, it's only me. So that's been my vibe on ever since Friday. What about your rap rotation?
My rap rotation, no order with mine. And it actually took today for me to get Lil Baby in my rap rotation.
Yeah, I saw you this morning tweeting heavy. I was like, oh, he's listening to the album. He fucks with it.
No, I was listening to the album, but all those tweets was from one song, and it was That Perfect Timing by Lil Baby.
Well, you fuck with that song.
That song stood out to me. That was one of the ones to me. And then I got Torn by G Herbo on there. Everything I know, Torn, like, he was talking crazy.
Yeah, that's like, one of the ones.
Yeah.
On side B, that's the one.
Yeah, because then you get to like the end of the song and how he switched up his flow, and it was more like a melodic. You feel me, like type style, and what he was going for. You said you didn't really get into side B.
I didn't get into side B how I got into side A. Like I don't know. When I listened to side A, it really kind of like stuck with me. Side B really didn't stick with me. Like I listened through it through and through, but it just even when I go back and listen, I go and I listen to side A first, and I be all excited. Then by the time I get to side B, I kind of like my focus be somewhere else.
Somewhere else, yeah. Side B. So well, when I listen to it now, I got my songs from side A that I got on a playlist. So whenever I really do listen to side A, it's those specific songs off that side. And then when I'm tapping into side B, I'm tapping into that as its own separate album. So even though they're mashed, and that's my beef because I wanted them to be like separate entities, separate albums. So I just go straight to where it starts back over at number one with History or what I think that's whatever the first record is.
The first record is Sleepless
Nights, and then History.
Yeah, History's hard. History reminded me of Lil Herb, Welcome to Phase One.
See, so I mean, side A is definitely my favorite side, but side B got
heat.
Side B got heat, and then Torn is just like, I don't know, the way he was talking on there, and I like how he ended it. And he was saying, when he was switching up his flow, and he was saying, he said, I was poor, I decided I ain't living like that no more.
Yeah.
Honestly, I ain't lying like that no more. And then he said, I said, oh, hold on, boys, talk. He said, Lord, please, sick of funerals, don't want no more of these. Bless me with some mansions and some foreign keys. I'm like, okay, I feel that. I'm like, I can relate to that. Let me see my kids in the morning, praying on my knees. I need a warning. I said, yeah. Herb, you talking right now. And then he finishes saying, every single rose got a thorn. I used to be whole, now I'm torn. And that was the end of the song. The song's called Torn. I said, all right.
Yeah. That's what I did like Torn, like off the first listen.
Yeah, I'm like, that was a good record. And I like how he stood to that, like, that topic of, the torn topic and how he became torn and shit like that. So that was really one of the ones that stood out to me on side B. And then I got Miss Evans 1 by Tee Grizzley, and I only listened to that once today, and so that record had to stand out to me. And it was a great quality record, lyric wise, production wise, and storytelling
immaculate.
Was just perfect. And it was also like a nice comedic relief record. It was kind of funny to me. Like I actually enjoyed listening to that. I got to listen to the second one.
Yeah. Yesterday I checked out that project and I listened to Miss Evans 1 and 2. And I was just laughing throughout both songs. Like, it was just...
All right, since we here, let's talk about it.
The Tee Grizzley?
Yeah. What's the album called?
Chapters of the Trenches. And this project is great. It's been a great fourth quarter. And, like, everybody's dropping great music. But it's like they're standing alone because they're creating something separate between, like, nobody's doing the same thing. Like, G Herbo's album is hard, and I feel like that was a great album. Like, he told his life story, and I feel like sonically and structure wise, it's a better album than Lil Baby's album. But Lil Baby's album's hard, and it's gonna be my album for all of the rest of 2022 and all of 2023, and until he drops something else. It's only me. So, but this chapter of the trenches, it was like, bro, it's basically a book, hence chapter of the trenches. And the first song is forward, a book, a movie, whatever you want to think of it as. But he's just, every song is telling a story, and his storytelling is so great. Like he be throwing a monkey wrench in every story to catch you off guard. His word plays crazy. He switch it up, start singing, go melodic with it. Like that. And then in like 2 of the songs he like reference or sample older songs. And I was like, oh, like that's hard.
Older songs of his?
No, like
of past.
Yeah, I forget which one was, but I know on the Shakespeare record.
I didn't get a chance to tap into his album yet. Only listened to like 1 or 2 records off of there so far. So
you gotta listen to that.
That'll probably be what I'll be tapping into this week, and he'll probably be in my rep rotation this week as well. Next week, rather.
It's called Shakespeare's Classic, and he sampled. What's his name? Ooh, girl, you know what's up. You know I like it, man. Ooh. But he put his own little twist on it. And there was another one, he did the Aston Martin music.
For real.
Yes. But he put his own little twist on it. I was like, oh man, he's really like talented as an artist.
Mm-hmm. And I think that goes over a lot with Tee Grizzley a lot of times. People don't realize how talented he is as an artist. Like he has created a lot of good bodies of works album wise, and he also, I feel like, continues to progress in his sound sonically and artistically. He came a long way from his first day out to what we hearing now.
But yeah, so if y'all get a chance, check out that Chapters of the Trenches by Tee Grizzley. I feel like it's a nice relief. A lot of people complain about the state of music or the state of hip hop or rap and say you won't have any good rappers, but you ain't looking. You just bashing. So
good rappers. Speaking of good rappers, you already know Baby. It's only me. I mean, you said that's your album in 2022, 2023, 2024, just so on.
And beyond.
And beyond.
Yeah.
You got your Lil Baby costume on today as well. So, how did you think about the album?
Man, shout out to Ford Park is full. I'm trying to know what they know. But, bro, the album's hard. Like, on the Apple Music charts, the whole album was the top songs. 23 songs was the top songs.
I couldn't believe it. I had to go check for myself.
That's what.
This is cat.
I saw the tweet and I was like, before I start sending it out, I'm gonna go check for myself. And I saw that, I said, oh, this is crazy. Each song is the top song. So that stands out, bro. You just gotta check the numbers. He was definitely talking on there. But I understand the criticism that it receives as well.
Anything else that you want to explain?
A lot of people will say that the album sounds the same. He sounds the same. Like they didn't care for the album.
All right, so when they send me to me, all right, so I got a question about this because I feel like
it's also like, what do y'all expect? It's like it's his sound.
So like every artist has their sound. So are they saying? Because I feel like, let's go back to somebody we know very well, Chief Keef. He in that era, he had his specific sound, but every record did not sound the same. So with Lil Baby, is it that he has his sound, and it also that the production, the beats, selection, and the melodies is all the same? Is that what it is, or is it just that? It's just his sound. Like, this is, you get what I mean? Like, this is just what he sound. This is what Lil Baby's going to sound
like.
You feel me?
That's part of what I think it is. Like, I think it's just his sound. This is how he's going to sound. If you go back and listen, this how he sound. Like, his sound evolved. Like, this is actually pretty damn good. And I think people, what they really are saying or what they really don't like, it may be his voice or whatever. But another thing is it could be the production. Like, this album was really cohesive. Like, it might have been too cohesive.
Yeah, and that was my critique with the album. When I told you and I was just listening to it and I didn't know the track list, or I couldn't see when it was changing songs. Every record did begin to mesh into one big record to me. It felt like it just kept going and on.
But remember I said, I was like, I wonder did the same producer do the whole album, because even like the samples in the song sounded the same way.
Yeah. So that's my question. Is it he just has to figure out a way to step out of that sound that he's so used to and that he's like perfected. And we're not like saying it's a bad sound or he's creating bad songs, because I didn't hear a bad record at all.
Exactly.
They're all
hard. His pen is immaculate.
Yeah, like, so His pen is immaculate. His ability to change flow, his cadence, his melodies, everything about it. He got the whole package. But I do agree that he needs to eventually figure out a way to change his sound because I don't want to compare him to the Baby, but because I feel like he is more talented than the Baby.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, people will get tired of hearing that sound. So regardless of how good you are, if you're not giving us records that don't sound different, then we can't really, because that's what we grew up on.
Yeah.
Niggas had they sound, but you could tell, but they was giving us, that's what hit records were. There was we could think of so many hit records from one specific artist, and all those records sound different as that artist grew in their career and stuff like that. Even with like Gucci Mane, you go like simple as Gucci Mane. I'll stick to the trap rule. If you go to early Gucci Mane, he has his sound. Gucci's Gucci. You're going to have that WAP sound. You know a WAP song when it come on.
Yeah.
But you can hear the difference in the sound of early Gucci and today's Gucci. And I feel like Gucci also does a great, and he chooses beats that favors him in his sound.
Yeah.
But he also has a way of stepping out with the new younger sound and making it his own. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So I want to know if that's what's next for Lil Baby. If that's the next step he has to take. What you think?
I don't know. I feel like you just gotta figure it out. But it's also, when it comes, it's like a double-edged sword. You know, you wanna please the fans, but it's like the formula that you got is already working, so you don't want to deviate from that too much.
Yeah.
But you don't want to stick to it and die on the hill so you just got to find that medium and like try to evolve the sound.
Mm-hmm.
But also I think it comes down to delivery, because like how I say I think G Herbo's album is a better album, but it really just comes I'm not saying I might even like Lil Baby's album more. That's might be the album I listen to more, but I just feel like G Herbo put together structure wise and sonically, and how G Herbo got different vibes on the album.
Yeah.
Like he showed his artistry.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying that Baby didn't, but it just all come down to delivery.
Yeah. The vibe, you're right. Now that I think about it, and I like the vibe that Baby set, the tone that it was set, but it was a consistent same tone throughout the album. Man,
the album is the album. It's only me. Like he's saying, he can't be fucked with, and he's showing why. Like the album's like a soundtrack. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting when we drop our album of the year's list.
It is, because there's been some great albums.
There's been some great albums this year. That's all I'm gonna say. Another great album. We already touched on it a little bit, but was G Herbo Survivor's Remorse Side B. I remember I said the statement a couple weeks ago about this was gonna be his best album. What you think?
You hit it right on the nose.
Think it?
Yeah, because this is. 25 was a good album, and he made a better album than 25.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I like his delivery, like you said, the delivery of the album, how he gave it to us, how you was anticipating it from start to finish. I'm on Instagram and I'm dropping in the gym yo, I can't wait. And we always know when a project's about to come. But with this one, I was like, yo, I don't know what it is about this, but I can't wait. The album cover looked crazy. When I found out it was 2 sides, I said, then I seen the track list. I'm like, oh yeah.
I think the 2 sides really
and I seen 4 Minutes of Hell Part 6 on there. Yeah. That's also what made me excited as well. But yeah, the 2 sides is what did it for me. I think, you think more artists is going to, we're going to see that from artists more often now?
They're going to start
biting. That's the new version of Deluxe now?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I don't, but if that is, I like it. I
kind of like it.
It's crazy from certain artists.
Yeah.
You have to be, I don't want it from everybody. I'll just put that out there.
But it's crazy how human nature is. We got tired of the Deluxe, but they split it up, side A, side B. we'll accept that, but it's basically a deluxe.
Yes,
like you just gotta change the package.
Well, for certain artists, yes, because certain artists was adding like 12 songs on and calling it a deluxe, and then the other artists would add 4 or 5 on and call it a deluxe.
Yeah.
So for certain artists, I would say yeah, but then there would, but I think this is more of a like actual. I'm getting 2 actual albums.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't, and I think those were more throwaway songs. I think we at least heard people was putting thought into both sides.
Yeah.
There was no throwaways.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the difference with deluxe and sad A.
I remember back in the day when CDs was still popping, and deluxe used to only have like 1 or 2 songs on it.
Yeah, exactly.
A bonus song. That's it.
Well,
in a different packaging.
Or in a different packaging, making it seem like it's more than what it is. That's funny as hell. But with streaming and stuff like that now, artists is going to add 3, 4 songs rather than just one song.
Mm-hmm. But my discrepancy with Survival's Remorse is where's the song with Meek Mill, G-Herbo, Swerve, Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert, right? You definitely got
Herbert, right? Where's the song?
You definitely got to stand in front of the jury. We got to judge you right now, bro, because this ain't. We ain't.
It's just bad that y'all previewed it. Y'all showed it to the world, and then we can't have it.
We seen y'all was chopping it up on $1 million worth of game on the phone. Y'all clearly was in the studio. What happened to it?
It's clearly
what is it gonna go on his album? Because we know Meek said he turned. Hey, that's another thing. Meek, where are these albums you said you was dropping?
That's somebody's hard drive. I wish I could hack or get my hands on, because Meek got a lot of music that I'm aware that was supposed to come out and that didn't come out. So just imagine all the music he got that I'm not even aware of.
A ton, shit ton. Oh, I went that early Meek though.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't know though. I want that championships Meek too around that time.
I'll take
wins or losses. I know there's some shit around that time that he got in the cut that ain't never hit the surface.
Man, I'll take any hard drive from like 2015 to now.
2015?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
2015 was around that time when around Dream Chasers 2 and Dream Chasers 3 and all that. And remember that one interview? Man, I used to watch that shit like every day when he was like, I don't want to be no goon, nigga. I don't want to be in jail. I don't want to be dead. I want 100 fucking million. Wake up and move your mom out the hood tomorrow. That's a real man's job. He said, that ain't for suckers right there. Man, I might go watch that interview tonight before I go to sleep. Like,
some motivation.
Yeah, that go back to that when he was really on the ground motivating, like for motivational purposes only. I like